As you start working on your computer, you're going to find the need to find the files and folders that you've been working on months later after you're finished with your projects. So fortunately, Snow Leopard makes it very easy and offers us several options for finding files on our hard drive. Without these features, your computer becomes like those shoe boxes that contain photos up in your attic. How can you actually find what you're looking for? So let's take a look at some of the ways that we can do this. The first method we're going to look at is using something called smart folders. So in previous lessons we learned what a folder was, but let's learn now what a smart folder is. I'm going to begin by creating a new Finder window on my computer. So I'm going to go to the File menu and choose New Finder Window. And let's say I wanted to find all of the images on my hard drive, regardless of what folder they're contained in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my main hard drive. Now, your main hard drive is probably named Macintosh hard drive, but in my particular case, the hard drive name that I'm booted off of is called Snow Leopard. I'm going to click on that hard drive to make it the active hard drive, and I'm going to go to the File menu, and I'm going to choose Find. And this brings up a search window. And what this allows me to do is control where I want to search. So you can see it offers me this Mac, which would be all of my hard drives. And I also have the Snow Leopard hard drive. So I'm going to click on that hard drive because that's where I want to search. Whatever hard drive is your main hard drive, that's the one that you want to search. So I'm going to search my hard drive for, and then I can say I want to search the contents of the file or the file name. Okay, so I'm going to leave it set to contents right now. And I'm going to choose my parameters in this first list of options here. So right now it's looking for any file whose kind is any kind. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the first menu set to kind, but I'm going to change the second option to image. And the minute I do that, you can see that it's going to change and it's going to display everything on my hard drive whose kind is of type image. Now right now, it's finding any image at all. I can refine this. I can say from this third menu that I only want to find images that are of the type JPEG. So in this particular case, all I have on my hard drive is JPEGs, and that's fine. But what I can do now is I can save this folder. Let's take a look at that. If I click the Save button in the upper right corner, it's going to ask me to save the folder. So I'm going to call this folder Find JPEG. And it asks me where I want to save this. Now, by default, it's going to save it in my Saved Searches folder. If you want a better look at this, click on the triangle to the right of the name so that we can kind of see where this is located. Now, if I click on this, you can see that it's on my hard drive, in my home folder, in the library folder under Saved Searches. You can really put this folder wherever you want. Maybe I want to put this folder in my desktop. So if I scroll down and I click on Desktop, you can see that it's now going to save this Find JPEG folder on my desktop. So down here we can also choose to add this Smart folder to my sidebar, and what that's going to do is it's going to display that folder at the bottom of my sidebar under the Search For category. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. I'll leave Add to Sidebar checked. And now you're going to see that I have a new folder on my desktop called Find JPEG, as well as the same folder in my sidebar. So I'm going to close this for a second. And now if I want to find any of those images, any JPEG on my hard drive, I can simply open this folder, and it's going to show me any JPEG that exists on my hard drive. This is really a powerful tool. So if I ever want to see all the images that I have on my hard drive, I can easily create a smart folder to do so. Let's take a look at another method that we can use to find files on my computer. I'm going to close this Finder window. And another method that I can use is a feature called Spotlight. Spotlight can be accessed a couple of different ways. One way is to come up here to the far upper right corner of your menu bar and click on this magnifying glass. And if I click on that, it brings up the Spotlight menu and allows me to search for a particular file. So I'm going to go ahead and type Canon in that field. And what this does is it allows me to find any information that has the word canon in it. Now, if you look at this, we're finding a bunch of different options here. We're finding documents, okay, as well as images. Now, you may be wondering, well, how is it finding canon when I'm not seeing the word inside of the file name? Well, that's really the power of Spotlight. And I'm going to go ahead and click the Show All button to show a window of the search results, just like we did with our Smart folder. And this is also another way that I can initiate a Smart folder, because this is the same Finder window that we were using when we used the File Find feature. Now, getting back to what I was saying, the searching for canon, I'm actually searching the contents of the file. If I clicked on file name, it would only find files that have the name canon inside of them. But instead, when I search the contents, I'm looking inside of the file. And that includes information such as metadata. And metadata is basically embedded information in each file that displays the information and a description of the file itself. So because my camera that I've taken these pictures with was a Canon camera, all of these images were taken with the Canon camera and have that Canon metadata embedded inside of it. Now, to get a better idea, I'm actually going to click on my home folder, and that's going to limit only files within my home folder who has the word Canon somewhere in the contents of the file. And you should see on your screen that all of the files that we're using for our assets, and in our case, if you've been following along from the beginning, we'll actually have 2 files of each inside of here. But this is a really powerful way that I can search using the Spotlight feature. I'm going to close this window. Let's do another search. A quick way that I can access Spotlight is by pressing the Command and Spacebar keys on my keyboard at the same time and then releasing them. Notice how Spotlight appears in my menu. I'm going to type the word laughter in the Spotlight field. And one of the powerful things about Spotlight is it also gives me quick access to my dictionary. So notice how the definition option is currently highlighted, and if I were to click on that or press the return key on my keyboard with it highlighted, it's going to open the dictionary giving me the description of that word. So not only can Spotlight search files on your computer, but it can also search the dictionary application that is included with Snow Leopard. The thesaurus application is included in Snow Leopard as well. So if I click the thesaurus, it'll also show me the thesaurus for the particular word. Let's type in a new word. Let's type the word quickly. And it finds one entry in the thesaurus for quickly. If I click on that, it's going to show me that it's an adverb, and it will also show me its usage. And so keep in mind that this is a very powerful way that you can also utilize your included dictionary and thesaurus applications as well. So I'm going to go ahead and quit the dictionary application by clicking on the dictionary menu and choosing quit. And that's all there is to finding files on your computer using Snow Leopard.